ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost. Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Welcome everybody to Sim Racing Media, home tonight of the Monsters of Speed Racing League NewGen Cup Series. After a dominating performance last week, Blake Howell, leading 129 laps at Dover, is right now in practice one of the fastest guys on the track. Teammates last week for Titletown Racing came home 1-2-3 with Ricky Gonzalez in second and Wes Fuller rounding out third. This week we head north to Watkins, Glen for 35 laps of road course mania here. They go. Alright, I'll keep the track map on for most of the race tonight so you guys can see where your favorite driver is in relation to the start-finish line and other drivers on the track. Watkins Glen does have 8 corners, left and right. And as NewGen Cup Series loves to do here, they love to spotlight a couple drivers. Wes Fuller is one of those said drivers. this week. After a top 3 in Dover last week, Fuller was the biggest mover in the standings, up 11 spots. This was Wes's first top 10 of the season as well. More importantly, Wes is getting married tomorrow. So, congratulations to him. When we talked to him on the podium last week, he was not sure if he was going to make it tonight. But it looks like he is able to at least enjoy a little bit more freedom today. But it is his rookie season here in the NewGen Cup Series as he gets a little bit out of control there. We'll jump over to driver of the number 24, Ryan Douglas. Ryan Douglas drives the 24 Chevy Camaro for Team Send-It. He's coming off his first top 10 of the season and gained 4 spots in the standings, putting him in the playoff picture at number 13. So definitely another rookie to kind of be aware of. We'll see how many of these drivers decide that they're going to go ahead and make qualifying runs, or how many of them are going to just sit out and let this go for now. But we'll go ahead and bring up today's race info. So we are going to be doing 35 laps. We will see 2 stage breaks, one at lap 10 and one at lap 20. And then it'll be a 15-lap shootout to the finish. Track length is 2.42 miles. We will have the usual corners of the bus stop and the carousel that people tend to look forward to watching. But as you look here from the blimp, down in the right-hand corner, we are not running this, what they call the boot, with the laces and heel and toe. Looks like Ryan Douglas is going to be one of the first ones on the track, as well as David Modspa. Which, while we have a minute, let's see about walking through the track with him as he goes up the S's there. Heads down a slight right-hand corner, down this back straightaway. Then he will head to the bus stop. Make his way around the carousel here. Come into this penultimate corner. Go down here to this final one. Make a right-hand turn. Try and stay off the wall when you come through there. Looks like Austin Missler might be a little bit in front of him there in his qualifying lap. Makes his way through the bus stop as he see those tires kind of hop around a little bit. A little history about Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen first opened up in 1956 to host auto races that were previously held on the public roads. The current layout hasn't changed much since 1971. Went through a couple minor modifications after crashes of fatal crashes in 73 and 91. Mark Parkhurst just finished his first lap with a 1:12.93. Ryan Douglas in a 1:15. Oh, Blake Howell jumped up there with a 1:12.06. Blake was the only driver in practice to go sub 1:11. Thanks, Angel, for checking in on the chat. Good luck tonight. Like how making his way through the bus stop. You'll see several different strategies trying to go through there. You'll see some guys allow a little bit more curb hop than others. And same with coming out of the carousel here. They'll either slide a little bit further past that curb there, or they'll try and cut it short and stay on the main track. Like how gets almost into that wall, coming to the start-finish line. And he puts down a 1:11.04. So a second faster than Mark Parkhurst. Dylan McDonald out there trying to complete his second lap. Greg Wood Jr. in the Pulse Graphics 78. Completed his second lap with a 1:12.43. Jonathan Cogswell finished his in a 1:12.99. James Santoyo 1:13. Bill Sleep 1:14. James McCanny finishing his lap as he comes through the penultimate corner, going to make his final right-hand turn and head to the start-finish line. He jumps up a little bit, just up to P8 right now. Like the only one back on track at the moment is Angel Santiago. Going to be wrapping up his first lap. Gets a little loose coming out of turn 8 there, coming to the start-finish line. First lap is a 1:14.89. Oh, he's one of the only ones on the track right now. Let's jump in here, take a little ride. You can just see how much elevation they gain coming through the S's, and they'll come down here and make their way down this backstretch with that slight little turn. Then you'll see him get off the gas, downshift a couple times, make his way through the bus stop. Around the carousel. They're down to second gear, and now he'll shift up through the gears. Downshift, make his way around the corner. Head into the final corner. Stays in second gear, tries to get around the corner clean. And he will jump up with a 1:13 flat, so up to P6. Ira Kohlhaas right behind him, finishing up his second lap. Makes his way to the start-finish line. 1:13.35. So it looks like we've got about 2 minutes left. And like 9 drivers are not going to jump in here now. Hey, Blake, Mike up in the booth, got a copy? Hey, awesome run there. Almost broke the 111 mark. Yeah, we were watching you work your way through there. Is this road course racing something you tend to enjoy and practice more, or just something you just happen to be good at? Well, you got one this season, so but it looks like you're going to be starting up front. I guess trying to hold on through 10 laps to get at least that first stage. Well, awesome. I'll let you jump back down there with your Titletown teammates, and maybe I'll talk to you after stage 1. All right, that was Blake Howell there. Going to be starting on pole. And it looks like we're going to have 24 cars. Got a couple minutes. Less than a minute here in qualifying. Nobody's going to making their way through. While you're here, go ahead and if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications. If you're on Facebook, like, share, follow. You know the drill. We're at this 7 days a week, multiple times a day. I just picked up a couple new series. So if you're interested in seeing how the other half of the globe, we've got some Swedish racing that is brought to you on Thursday at 1:55 Eastern. Definitely something you might want to check out. Do that, and then this Sunday we have a triple header: the INSF Xfinity Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series, and Sunday Night NASCAR as well. So let's jump here and go this grid. We got Blake Howell and Mark Parkhurst sitting 1-2. Greg Wood and Dylan McDonald in row 2. Jonathan Cogswell, Angel Santiago, row 3. Row 4, James Santoyo and Ira Kohlholz. Bill Sleep and James McCanney. And then in row 6, you got George Jewell and Ryan Douglas. Then you've got David Mayo and Dylan Schrader in row 7. Row 8, Austin Missler, Nolan Palmperand. Row 9, David Mazepah and Zach Woods. And we've got Jordan Dozzadelli and Kevin Gibney Jr. Doesn't look like he's quite made it out on the grid yet. Then we've got Chris Wheeler, George Racone, and Josh Pomperand, and Wes Fuller. So that is the field. We are set for 35 laps of fun and exciting road racing here at Watkins, Glen in the Monsters of Speed Racing League NewGen Cup Series, brought to you by Kids Lawn Care and Pulse Graphics. Need any one of those services, go ahead and hit them up. Pulse Graphics, tremendous job. We got this short parade lap here, making their way down the back stretch. Heading into the bus stop. Go ahead and throw that track map up there so you can kind of see where they're at. And it definitely does get congested here through this bus stop, so be on the lookout for that if they try and race side by side. Get a little congested there. Make their way through the carousel. See them all drop down here. Corner is a little higher in elevation than the previous one. This is number 7. Come into 8. We will jump up in here to the starter cam. Pace car jumps off, and the field is under control of Blake Howell. Blake Howell is on the inside here and gets a good jump there with Greg Wood Jr. right behind him. Mark Parkhurst to the outside. Parkhurst is going to stay right with him. Bounces a little bit over that curb. I'm not sure he wanted to do that. We got a stack up back in the back with Ryan Douglas, Dave Mazeppa, Josh Pomper, and Chris Wheeler. Go back and take a look here in a minute once these guys get kind of sorted out a little bit up front. Go back and take a look real quick here. Oh, and we got another car sideways as well. Looks like Nolan Pomperian went sideways there. Let's go back here and take a look real quick. Oh, just got a little loose and then came right back across the field. And everybody got stacked up behind him. So now there's basically a couple groups here. Blake Howell, Mark Parkhurst, Greg Wood Jr. We've got Jonathan Cogswell, Dylan McDonald working the inside of Angel Santiago. Like Angel had to check up a little bit there. And James Santos Santoyo slowed up just enough to let him back in. We got Ira Kohlholz, George Jewell. Gonna go back to Bill Sleep. Austin Missler, James McCaney, Zach Woods. Like Kevin Gibney Jr. was able to make it on track. Dylan Trader. A little slow back there. Wes Fuller behind him. But up front, coming to complete lap 2 of 35 is Blake Howell with almost a 2-second lead. Just complete that lap in 1:11.75. So he's definitely going to be out here kind of running his own race. Like Dylan McDonald is in a tight battle here with Angel Santiago. Side by side, they go through the S's. Down the backstretch. McDonald gets a little bit of a run, but Angel's on the inside coming into the bus stop. Dylan's able just to clear him, and they fall back into line. It's like McDonald gets a little bit better run there. is out to almost a half-second lead over Santiago. James Santos is right behind Santiago, just kind of looks like minding his space there as he gets his tires a little too much on that curve. Might slow him down a bit. Ira Colehal's back here in that Pepsi machine. Looks like Dave Mazepin is slow on track, trying to let these other guys get by. Blake Howell just keeps getting faster and faster. He is out to almost a 5-second lead now. Greg Wood Jr. was able to pass Mark Parkhurst. Go back and take a look and see how that happened here. I don't know, as they come up through the S's, Parkhurst on the inside has a little bit of a run, then Greg Wood Jr. is on the inside in this corner. Greg Wood Jr. has the inside on the bus stop. And it looks like that's where he's gonna wind up taking the spot away from Mark Parkhurst. Let's jump back here a little bit and see what's going on with Wes Fuller, one of the spotlight drivers this week. I think he is just behind Kevin Gibney Jr. He is up 8 positions after electing not to qualify. He's definitely on the improve of avoiding some of the drama that we've had. Bounce through the curbs. Checked in on the Facebook chat there, and thanks Ryan for letting me know that. I forgot to switch Discord over. But anyway, Kevin Gibney Jr. is out there spinning cookies off of turn 1. Wow, we got a minute. Ryan Douglas is in the pits. But yeah, definitely, if you're in the YouTube chat, say hi, tell me who you're rooting for. You know, Facebook chat, same thing. Got both of them up now. You should be good to go. Tell me what driver you want to see. Maybe we'll give them a little extra screen time, or tell me how you think this race is going to play out. Blake Howell, you can see on the screen there on that track map, is just about coming to the bus stop here, and I believe, yeah, you'll just see Greg Wood Jr. finish that corner. So he's got quite the little cushion there. But we do have the cautions for the stage brakes. Oh, like Ryan Douglas decided to go ahead and almost put his on the hauler. He's been in the pits for quite a while. Well, Ryan, go ahead and hang out, and we can definitely have a chat. Kevin Gibney Jr. just got out of the way of Blake Howell, making his way to the pits. Blake Howell completes lap 7. back here? It looks like Mark Parkhurst is 2 seconds back of Greg Wood Jr., Jonathan Cogswell 3 back, Dylan McDonald 2.5 seconds, Santoyo a couple seconds, Austin Missler a couple more, and you have Angel Santiago back here a little ways with Ira Kohlholz half a second back, and George Jewell rounds out the top 10. If there's anybody close on the track, doesn't really look like it. Looks like we have 2 drivers that are packing it up. Jordan Dozzadelli and Ryan Douglas. Look like Ira Kohlholz got a little bit loose there. I think one of the only things that might save everybody here is these stage cautions. Group everybody back up, because right now Blake Howell's out to over an 8-second lead, almost 11 over third place. He is coming up like pretty quickly on the 32 of Dylan Trader there. He will complete lap 9 this time by. Let's see if we can follow him around the track here. Don't follow him. Watch this final lap as he just completes lap 9. We'll jump on board and ride along. Down this backstretch here. You'll see him slow down a little bit, shifts down all the way to second gear, hops these curbs, makes his way through the bus stop, come out, go down around the carousel, make his way to the penultimate corner here. Come out of this corner. Just how close he gets to that wall. So it's like Blake Howell. We've got Greg Wood Jr. just coming in second, Mark Parkhurst third, Jonathan Cogswell fourth, Dylan McDonald fifth, James Santoyo, Austin Missler, Angel Santiago, George Jewell, and Ira Kohlholz are the top 10 at that caution. As they finish this lap and get the pace car in front of them now. Pace car is here. Gotta be here somewhere. There it is. Oh, Blake Howell caught the pace car. here who we can. Let them complete their pit stops and we'll grab a couple guys maybe. Got some time. Might grab me quick. Hey Angel, Mike in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, good. All right, I got the Discord fixed now. Anyway, I was going to ask you, since you're the part of the brains behind the operation here, are we going to lap 20 for the second stage break? Even though it's going to take
That
a
is
couple?
correct.
Okay. I just
Yes.
figured I'd check before I started calling that, but
Yeah, we were gonna originally make this 45 laps. Then after everybody did some officials, and they're like, "Wow, the amount of officials felt like a lot." So let's bring this to 35, and let everybody have an early evening.
awesome. Well, that was definitely a good call as far as I'm concerned here. But you
Oh,
definitely
sure.
you definitely got a field though. You got 24 cars here, so that's definitely a plus for this league.
Yeah, I'm proud of. I mean, it's obviously the drivers. I mean, we've been blessed in this league where the road courses, people tend to show up. I don't think we've had less than 20 cars at a road course yet. So everybody's been doing a great job. I appreciate the league, everybody showing up, and thanks to everybody watching.
Well, awesome. I figured I'd talk to you real quick, and then I'll jump and talk with Blake there, leading that or winning that stage there. But
Sounds good, man.
I'll let you go.
All right, thank you.
Blake, Mike up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, well, apparently I had Discord all messed up when we first interviewed you, but you did exactly what you set out to do here. Led that basically from start to the caution there. How's the car feeling out there?
Oh, it feels great. Handling hasn't changed since practice, and it's great. So it's working exactly how I'd want it to.
Awesome. You got about, looks like you're probably going to have only like 6 laps to the next caution.
Yeah.
Same strategy, just stay out and make it to the next caution and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, we're gonna stay up to the end of this stage, and then we can't make it past that, so come in at the end of stage 2. Hopefully come back out with the lead. That's the plan anyway.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the pole and winning that stage. I will let you get back to your chat and back to leading the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so we got to talk to Angel there and then Blake. So it looks like we'll have one more formation lap there. Because the light should be going out on the pace car. And they are, so should be going green this next time. We will have 6 laps to the end of stage 2. So it looks like they're both pacing the pace car. So we will has come up the S, as you can just see with this camera angle how high that change in elevation is. You'll see him come in here through the bus stop. Make their way to the outside. Getting closer. Their way to corner number 7. Pace car should be ducking in, and we will be back to green flag racing. We'll see if Greg Wood Jr. or Mark Parkhurst has anything for Blake Howell on this restart. We do know everybody's probably going to have to pit, except for a couple guys that did elect to pit that time. Stacked up a little bit. Greg Wood Jr. got turned by Mark Parkhurst. Angel Santiago takes advantage. Dylan McDonald as well. Austin Missler. Austin Missler is the first car that had pitted, so we heard from Blake Howell that you can make it basically 20 laps on fuel, so about 22, so he should be good to go. While we got a minute here, let's jump back after these guys. Looks like they kind of settled themselves out a little bit here. Back and take a look at Greg Wood Jr. here. Just gets checked up a little bit. Tries to dive down to the inside. Zach Woods involved. Greg Wood Jr. gets back going. Blake Howell out to a almost 3-second lead. Angel Santiago in second. Mark Parkhurst is now in third. Austin Missler is in fourth. Dylan McDonald, Jonathan Cogswell, George Jewell, George Cohn, James Santoyo, Ira Koholz round out the top 10. Then you've got James McCaney, Nolan Palmerian, Bill Sleep, and Greg Wood Jr. Greg Wood Jr. lost quite a bit of time there, but he was one of the faster cars on track, so we'll see if he is able to right the ship and gain a few positions here. And we have Wes Fuller, Dylan Trader, Kevin Gibney Jr., Zach Woods, Chris Wheeler, David Mayo, Josh Pomperian, Dave Mazeppa, Jordan Dozzadelli. He's out on track, so it looks like only one car is on the hauler at the moment. And Blake Howell just ran the fastest lap of the race that time with a 1:11.29. We have 19 laps to go. We'll have 3 to the end of the stage 2. Then we should see everybody but a few come into pit. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up the field, because we've got Blake Howell, Mark Parkhurst, Angel Santiago, James Santoyo, and Greg Wood Jr. all looks like they haven't pitted. They've been one of the group of faster cars on track. So we'll see if that is going to change anything, as Blake Howell is into pit. Looks like that might be an unscheduled pit stop. He thought he could make it to the end of the stage, but might just be a couple laps short as Mark Parkhurst takes over the lead. Angel Santiago in second, and Austin Missler looking to his inside, trying to make the pass. Come up the S's. Make the slight right-hand turn to the backstretch and head to the bus stop. One thing about passing on a road course, usually you'll see most of the passes happen by patience and letting the other driver make a mistake. Like Greg Wood Jr. and Dylan Trader are also in the pits. Looks like Blake Howell just took fuel and is currently back in 15th position. So now only 2 cars have not pitted. Oh, 3. James Santoyo has not pitted as well. So we got Mark Parkhurst and Angel Santiago. Blake Howell is on track. Looks like he's just completing his 18th lap. So as Mark Parkhurst comes to the start-finish line this time, we will have completed lap 19, and it'll be the final lap in this stage. Austin Mitzler was able to make the pass on Angel Santiago. And it looks like Dylan McDonald is trying to make the pass as well. Dylan McDonald's got to run on the outside. Well, looks like he carried a little bit too much speed into turn 1 and lost a couple positions there. Angel Santiago saves off that pass as Jonathan Cogswell is looking to improve his position as well. Mark Parkhurst makes his way through the bus stop, around the carousel. Coming towards the start-finish line. Through the final turn here. Mark Parkhurst first, Austin Missler second, Angel Santiago, Jonathan Cogswell, Dylan McDonald, James Santoyo, George Jewell, Ira Kohlhaas, Nolan Pompriand, George Cohn round out the top 10, and Mark Parkhurst is able to get some points. But we will see how this strategy kind of played out here. Because when we talked to Blake Howell, it sounded like he thought he had enough fuel to make it, so I wonder if it was just a miscalculation or if it's going to be a strategy to try and if these other guys pit and have enough to make it to the end, because he pitted on lap 17, so it's basically halfway. Looks like Ryan Douglas is back on track. Trying to get a few points here. Learn this course a little bit. Wait here and see who all elect to hit pit road. We know Mark Parkhurst, Angel Santiago, and James Santoyo are all hitting pit lane. I'd imagine we see Kevin Gibney Jr. in. You see that's pitted on lap 6. Chris Wheeler as well. But we might just see everybody making their way through the bus stop. We go back green. We'll probably be left with 12 lap sprint to the finish. Closer here. While we're waiting on that, I know something I didn't bring up and I probably should right now. We'll go ahead and look at the points after last week. We've got Ricky Gonzalez in P1 with 163, Mark Parkhurst 152, Greg Wood 134, Blake Howell 132, Kevin Gibney Jr. 124, Hurley 110, Missler 109, Pomperan 108, Fuller 103, Cogswell and Angel Santiago, Ira Cohos. Go on back here. But definitely, as long as they race 8 times, Gonzalez, Howell, and Gibney Jr. are all locked in. So, looks like almost everybody hit pit lane except for, that had to have been a strategy call for Blake Howell. Because he is leading the race now. As, like, Mark Parkhurst is back out on the track, so we'll go ahead and grab him real quick. Hey Mark, Mike up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, well, congratulations on winning stage 2, getting a few points there. How's that car running?
It's running really well. I'm just trying to stay consistent. It handles better as the run goes on for me. So late in the run there, I was really hitting my marks pretty well. I was pulling away from the rest of the field, so I was pretty confident in myself.
Yeah, I definitely saw you start to get a little bit of a run. It looks like that fuel situation made it where you were able to get those points after Blake Howell ducked off and hit it on lap 17.
Yeah, I was actually going to pit on that lap myself, but then I saw him duck in, so I stayed out to win the stage and get some points.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you think this car is gonna handle through this traffic here?
I think it's going to be sketchy the first lap or two, or else I'm on new tires here, but I think after that, once we all get spread out, I think it should be okay. I'm not too concerned.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you get back to your team and get back to racing.
All right, thank you.
All right, so definitely maybe a little bit of strategy on both their parts there. Looks like Chris Wheeler is ducking into pit. So we'll get formed up here. Looks like Zach Woods on lap 15 is going to be right to the outside of Blake Howell. Like we got a couple drivers that were able to jump out in the field here because it looks like they took fuel only. We got Blake Howell, Zach Woods, Austin Missler, Mark Parkhurst, Nolan Palmpriand, Jonathan Cogswell, Dylan McDonald, Angel Santiago, James Santoyo, and George Jewell round out the top 10. So as they make their way through the bus stop here, we'll go ahead and take a little look. Zach Woods just says, nope, I'm not doing that with side-by-side and the pace car. Like a couple of them did as well. I don't blame them at all. Don't want to get the side a little scratched up there. But yeah, once again, this is Sim Racing Media on Facebook and YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, turn on bell notifications, like, share, subscribe on Facebook, and while you're at it, we just joined the Twitterverse here, so hit up Sim Racing Media 1 on Twitter. Definitely look for all of the tweets going out about all our race action that we have here. Blake Howell gets a good run. Looks like David Mospaw went into the wall. Looks like Mark Parkhurst is almost going to make it 3 wide there. Has a tremendous run. Dylan McDonald, Wes Fuller. Looks like they kind of got stacked up there. James Santoyo. Back and take a look here and see what happened. Like 4 and 5 wide almost. Oh, didn't even touch anybody that time. I think he got smart. We'll jump back to another incident here. Like going through the bus stop. I don't know what happened there. Like Angel's wheel just kind of locked up. Go back live. We got Blake Howell out in front by a second and a half. Austin Missler trying to stay with him. Mark Parkhurst making his way up. Like we have another crash on the track. Let's go back and take a look at that. Zach Woods involved in this one. Coming out of the corner. Just a little overcorrection and into the wall. So Nolan Palmpriand's up 12 positions. Kevin Gibney Jr. after the early accidents up 13. Rincone's up 14. Wes Fuller is up 14 as well. But Blake Howell, it is his race at the moment. He is out by almost 3 seconds. And he just ran the fastest lap of the race. So he must have been maybe saving a little fuel for the first part because he just ran a 1:10.64. Makes his way up through the S's. Down the backstretch here. through the bus stop. Mark Parkhurst. Like he's closing the gap ever so slightly on Austin Missler, but it's still about 3 seconds. But he will have quite the green flag run here. Nolan Palperin has that number 27 Ford moving his way up. Greg Wood Jr. after his incident is back in the top 10 looking for the top 5 as Jonathan Cogswell's just in front of him. Oh, looks like we've got more action towards the back of the field here. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Brian Douglas just gets loose. Oh. 38. Chris Wheeler too. Mazepin stops. Palperin stops to go around. Zach Woods makes it around. So we have 8 laps to go. And Mark Parkhurst is out to a almost 5-second lead over Austin Missler right now. Missler seems to have no real pressure at the moment from Mark Parkhurst. Still about 3 seconds. But behind them we've got Palperin, Jonathan Cogswell looking to the inside. Gonna make that pass. Greg Wood Jr. also looking to the inside. 3 wide. Coming into 2. Going up the S's. Palperin able to hold on. Slight contact with the wall for Greg Wood Jr. Jonathan Cogswell is all over the back bumper. Greg Wood Jr. jumps to the inside, cuts that corner. Palperin cuts off Cogswell, saves that spot. Greg Wood Jr. is out to almost a second lead after that. And it looks like we have more action in the back. Go back and take a look here at Palperin and Zach Woods. Palperin gets spinning. Zach Woods spun off the corner as well. All right, so we got Blake Howell out to a 6-second lead. Austin Missler making his way through here with a little less than 3 seconds over Mark Parkhurst. And Greg Wood Jr. is fighting his way back up, sitting P4 at the moment, looking for more. But Palperin and Cogswell are back and forth right now. Like Cogswell is going to be able to make that pass, but Palperin cuts the corner even more. Blake Howell making his way through the bus stop here. Around the carousel. Austin Missler, Mark Parkhurst. Looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties there, like the storm just knocked out a little bit of my internet. Just a little bit. But we are still good to go here. Blake Howell leading the race up through the S's. He is just putting on a clinic. Go back to Austin Missler, Mark Parkhurst, Greg Wood Jr. makes his way through the bus stop. Jonathan Cogswell, Nolan Pomprian, Bertha Collin, Kevin Gibney Jr., Wes Fuller, passing Ira Kohlhaas right now. Slows down a little bit more. Lets Ira have the inside through the bus stop. Tries to get a run off the carousel. That's going to open up the door a little bit for Santoyo to try and make that pass. This is one of the best races we have on track right now. Kevin Gibney Jr., Wes Fuller, and Ira Kohlhaas, as Gibney Jr. looks to try and make the pass, but allows Ira to maintain his lead there as they go around the first corner up to the S's. Gibney Jr., Wes Fuller, Santoyo, then we got Joel, Sleep, Rader, McDonald, and like Santiago's back there as we have bump in there. Oh, what in the world? Santoyo just came through the bus stop. And ran right into the side of Angel Santiago there. But final lap, white flag in the air, through the bus stop, one last time for Blake Howell. Around the carousel. One more corner left for Blake Howell. Makes his way through the corner. Blake Howell dominated at Dover, dominates here at Watkins Glen, bringing home round number 4 of the Monsters of Speed Racing League NewGen Cup Series. Austin Missler comes home second. Mark Parkhurst brings home third. We have Cogswell, Pomprian, Cone, Kohlhaas, and back behind them we have Jewel, Fuller, and Gibney will all round out the top 10. Fuller, if Gibney can get it straight before Bill Sleep gets there. We've got 14 seconds, and he'll round out the top 10. Awesome, guys. Thank you for joining me here on the sim racing media. We'll let these guys get all situated. See if we can talk to him here. Go ahead and bring in our winner here. Hey Blake, Mike up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, awesome race today. Did basically everything you said at the pre-race interview there, except for leading stage 2, but you made the right pit strategy and came out with the lead after that second stage break and drove away from the field.
Yeah, it was a good race. It's just I kind of wish I could have won stage 2, but knowing what I knew about people's pit strategy, I wasn't going to come out with the lead if I didn't. Otherwise, it's nearly a perfect day. I'm so happy with how this went. Back-to-back wins. So glad I could get the Red Duck comics, Ford Mustang, and Victory Lane.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a clinic you put on here. But next week is a bye week, and then we'll head to Charlotte. You got something special cooked up for that patriotic race?
I'll work on it. I don't have anything done at the moment, but definitely something to think about. I'm definitely gonna go all out for that. Always have to do a special paint scheme.
Awesome. Well, anybody else you want to thank on that truck tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Wes Fuller, all the guys at Titletown Racing for putting this together, let me race this season. Obviously Red Duck Comics, Tin Can Nation, Rogue Energy, 213 Simware, and the United Republic of Painters.
Awesome. Well, I will let you go back to celebrating with your teammates down there, and maybe I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Austin, Mike up in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Hey, congrats on a P2 finish, coming up 13 spots from where you started.
Yeah, I messed up qualifying and scraped the wall both laps, so I knew it was going to be a struggle getting back to the front. I think I could have qualified around second or third. I think I had the pace for that.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to from watching a little bit of practice I saw there, but you came in on lap 22. Was that always kind of the plan?
I pitted on both stages. The first stage, we just took enough fuel to get to the second stage. We didn't know if we would make it on fuel, but everybody else did that stayed out, which was good on them. And then second stage, I didn't need much fuel. I just took a splash and go, so I got out in front of everybody that pitted, which was my plan.
Awesome. Well, congrats on P2. Anybody want to thank on that car?
Thank you to SMMR with Bud Barnes, who's not here this week, Jonathan Cogwell, and Ira. I don't know how to say his last name. It's a long last name, but my teammates, they were fun to race with today, and we just did really well this week, and happy to do well on the road course because I'm not a road course racer. I just put a lot of laps in here this past week trying to get ready for this, so it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, congrats again on P2. I will see you in a couple weeks at Charlotte.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's bring up Mark. Hey, Mark. Mike up in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, well, wound up talking to you a couple times this week. Congrats on P3.
Oh, thanks. I was not expecting that, honestly. I'm not much of a road course guy, so I was hoping for a top 5. That'd be a win for me, and I ran so much better than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, well, awesome, awesome run. Got anything special worked up for paint schemes or anything for Charlotte in a couple weeks?
I haven't really got to work on that yet, but I'm hoping to get something special out there. I got to talk to my friend John over at Goose Graphics, see if he can get something made up for me.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your stage win and your another podium finish for you. And maybe I'll look forward to talking to you in a couple weeks. Anybody you want to thank on that car tonight?
Yeah, I gotta shout out Goose Graphics once again. John made the car for me. Shout out my teammates at PGR. They really helped me get a hold of this track. Early in the week, I couldn't even crack a 112, so I worked with Greg real hard this week and managed to find some speed out of the car. And yeah, I was pretty proud of that run. I also got to shout out my mom and any of my friends watching out there. And I think that's everybody.
Awesome. Well, once again, congrats, and I will let you go celebrate with your teammates and maybe talk to you in a couple weeks.
I hope so. I love Charlotte. It's one of my best tracks.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, Mark.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, everybody. That was 35 laps at Watkins Glen with the Monsters of Speed Racing League NewGen Cup Series. I will bring up here. Let's bring up the finish here. We got Blake Howell winning the race by 8.5 seconds over Austin Missler. Mark Parkhurst back in third. Jonathan Cogswell and Nolan Palmgren hold on for a top 5. George Collin, 6th. Ira Kohlhaas in 7th. George Jewell, 8th. Wes Fuller continues to run well here. Kevin Gibney Jr., Bill Sleep, James Santoyo, Greg Wood, Dylan McDonald, Angel Santiago, James McCaney, Zach Wood, and Dylan Trader round out the top 18. And then we go to David Mayo, Chris Wheeler, David Mospa, Josh Pomperan, Jordan Dozadelli, and Ryan Douglas. But once again, if you enjoyed what you're watching, go ahead and subscribe, turn on bell notifications, Facebook. You know what to do over there. Like, share, follow. We're at this basically 7 days a week, multiple shows a day. Hit us up on Twitter, Sim Racing Media 1. Once again, this is Mike Demoni saying good night and see you in a couple weeks.